And this button, and it works. Magical. I was expecting it to not. Alright, let's go, shall we? Okay, it's garbage. Feels bad. I mean, I would think that it would be passable if you said great. If your response was meh, then you could say like garbage. Give your TV a high five for me, will you, Sargas? Just taking a peek before we build stuff. Curious about something. There's a lot of dragons alive in this world. 1, 2, 3, like... I mean, a couple of them are dead, but... maybe not that many. Wait, how come there was, like, more on this screen right here that say that they're alive? This dragon's been busy. Killing a lot of goblins and elves. What a dwarf in there. This is fine. 7 of them. It's a lot of dragons. Like, just a lot of dragons.
Here's some dosh.
Thanks for the dosh. Cheers, Cold Ashes. Thanks for the 5 months, more importantly. Cheers, dude. I hope that you've been well. There's so many, like, random scary animals in this world alive, yet we didn't see any of them last time. Nothing. I mean, heck, this... I mean, Forgotten Beasts are par for the course, right? But... isn't that one a god? The only one of its kind, a humanoid composed of green glass, has a spiraled shell and it squirms and fidgets. Beware its webs. It was associated with water, deformity, and caverns. I saw dwarves worshipping Iden. I'm pretty sure. Crystalline entity of glass, you say? What, the dragons are poor and scared? Is that what we're saying? The Assaulted Kingdom. I mean, we are in the Everlasting Realms, so... let's figure out what we're gonna do. Where we're gonna settle. What, from the giant glass shell? Make a hell of a... like a kitchen counterpiece. It's like, what is that Forgotten Beast? A really big vase. I made a pretty good cup of coffee today. You ever have that chat where you're just like, I made a really good cup of coffee or a really good cup of tea? Self-cleaning? You don't want to clean your vase? Although vases can get real gunked up. This company keeps inviting me to the most random, like, sales events. Like, I'm flattered, don't get me wrong. Because I did one affiliate marketing thing with them. Once, ages ago, for Frontier stuff. And since then, I'd say about every 2 months, they send me an invite saying, hey, you should come to this event. Dwarf Fortress months aren't the same as real world months. I wonder if Toadie's ever planning on working on that. But it's like... It's the JW Marriott Hotel Resort and Spa in place I won't say. And it's just like, build the partnerships you've been looking for to start the year. Guaranteed FaceTime with clients. Networking opportunities. It's basically like an affiliate marketing convention. Tickets, $2,000. They invite me to these like every couple of weeks, it feels like. Pay verifiably. Particularly good brewing. Fair enough. I really like me hot drinks. Although they make me thirsty, which is frustrating. Kind of looking for a halfway aquifer. That or like a real big river. I like the part where they let you embark on the ocean. Or where they don't let you embark on the ocean, rather. That we could embark on, I think. Nope, no we can't. Too far into the permafrost. There's a lot of elves real close to the permafrost. Like snowy elves. Other than the marketing spam? I woke up. Unfortunately, that's all I've had to say about my days as of late is I woke up. Mostly. That's interesting. It's also a triple biome. Where was that? Waking up is the most important part of the day. I tend to agree with that. But at the same time, also kind of not really. I think the most important part of the day is, like, within an hour of waking up. But the problem is I haven't been waking up properly recently. Like, I wake up and I don't feel even remotely energized or awake. I just feel groggy. And that continues for, like, the whole day. It's been, like, the last week. My experience when I was waking up has to be a no. Has to be a no? I mean, yeah. What is this soundtrack? This is another Ben Prunty joint. I don't listen to this one as often. This is the Dark Side Detective OST, which is like a little indie point and click thing. Some nice, sparkly, spooky music. You want to call it spooky? I'm kind of looking for interesting areas with lots of activity. Because the last part we did kind of just ended up being boring. Like, really? I'm just gonna move over here. Like, there's part of me that's tempted to just be like, yo, Settle right there. But it's also in the middle of the ocean, so nothing will ever happen. It's a volcano. Isn't most of the music I listen to, like, relaxing in some respect? Previous fort was north of where we are right now. Well, I mean, there's human settlements down here. Quite a few human settlements, actually. Bunch more human down here. Kind of want there to be elves around. Kind of wouldn't mind there being elves. Oh, this spot's neat. There's goblins, elves, and dwarves. What faction is it? The Fleshy Guild. I'm a fan of metal, hard rock, classical, jazz, some R&B, very little country. On my own time, I listen to metal the most. I listen to a lot of different kinds of music. I'm assuming this whole thing is just aquifer, eh? I mean, we could just use the permafrost to dig through the aquifer. But I kind of would like, ooh, this is Joyous Wilds. I didn't even realize that. I guess those little speckles. Some of these guys are joyous. Huh. I mean, for me, it's just, it doesn't matter if it's modern country or not. It's, I like a large variety of music. I just don't like pop music. It doesn't really matter what subgenre of pop music. I just don't really like pop music. If it's designed for the radio and a mass audience, I'm out. He says that as he's listening to mass market video game music. I just like good music. That's about it. I just like good music, you know? But on the flip side, something like this. Not necessarily the best music. Not necessarily the best music. But it's got heart. And soul. And passion. And that's what makes it good. It's not that it's the most technically impressive music. It's not the most well-written music. It's not the best lyrics. Hell, one of the songs on this album is literally just, uh-oh, I called mom. We're all in trouble. Oh no. Uh-oh, I called mom. That's literally the whole song. But it's got passion. And to me, that counts for so much more than anything. It's just, give me passion. Give me somebody who actually cares about the art that they're creating. It's worth so much more. So much more. This could be a fun spot. Problem is, it's got an aquifer. We could do it. We could. It's taiga, which should make it fun. Well, half taiga, rather. So we've got ocean, and then taiga. It's heavily forested, thick vegetation, joyous wilds. Goblins, dwarves, and elves. Well, the thing is, it's cold, right? Odds are pretty good it'll just freeze immediately and we can just dig through it. But that also means, like, as we're digging, someone could immediately fall in, right? Solely comprised of metallic noises. Let me introduce you to Author and Punisher. Hold on. That'll do it. Ales will always be served cold, yeah. Don't have a lot of elevation, a little bit of elevation. I like the name of this dwarven faction though, the Fleshy Guild. Makes me wonder how they got that name. Like, genuinely. How do you end up with a name like the Fleshy Guild in Dwarf Fort? Alright, let's do it. Selected an area with salt water. It may be very difficult to survive here. Well, assuming the aquifer isn't salt water, shouldn't have a problem. I like the idea of just doing 7 peasants. Might bring extra picks and then just assign everybody as miners right off the bat when we land. Name fort. So this is a faction that has the Fleshy Guild. So this is a group from the Fleshy Guild. The heck would they name a fort? Handle of Tools, Helm of Canyons, Infamous Armors in the Mindful Guilds, Saber of Beans. It's weird though, yo. He just like builds machines to make music with. Also not industrial, but weird sounds music. Would probably be Soviet France. But that's more ambient. Spike of Vegan. Moral Letter. The equivalent boulders. Connected torches. Aqua Gear. Roads of Polishing. Odaba, what up? Do you like it? Or are you just like lost and confused? It's usually one of the, those are one of the two that people generally give me. They're either like, yeah, I like this, or what the fuck? Washed Creation. The Ordered Diamonds. I like it. We are the Ordered Diamonds. And the fortress name. So the group is the Ordered Diamonds, and the fortress name is Crewmanner's Icehammer. Sorry, that's too good. The Ordered Diamonds, and we are ice-hammered. No, what makes you think that? Odaba. Maybe it's because I still have Total War in my title. Swap that back out for Curiosity Stream. No, we were doing sponsored Total War stuff yesterday. That's why the command was in the title. You actually got music. I mean, there are clunking noises of metal in there. One of the sounds he's using is literally a bike chain on a piece of, like, steel. And he's just clunking onto it. Going donk, 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 donk. He's literally got that mic'd up. So he does straight up have machines, but I really like Ice Hammer. You shall nil. You shall nil. Ice Hammer. I'll bet you I could swap Ice out with Flesh. Could have Fleshhammer. Or it could just be like super childish and just have Anger Hammer. Flea Hammer. Fist Hammer. Well, I mean, the Dwarven faction is called the Fleshy Guild, right? So Fleshhammer just seems appropriate. I don't know. What do you think, chat? Also, have Fool Hammer. That sounds pretty good. We could also be Beer Hammer. We could certainly be Beer Hammer. We could also be Fish Hammer. You enjoy euphemisms? I mean, I'm not intending Fleshhammer to be a euphemism. Like, I see how it is one, but that's not the intent. A lot of euphemism stuff is intent, right? If you intend it to be a euphemism, it's a euphemism. If you don't, then it's just a word. And the person who thinks it's a euphemism just has a dirty mind. Well, we'll go with Fleshhammer. Yeah, not open. I started it earlier today. 3 minutes and 31 seconds, though. It'll be up soon. All right, let's name some dwarfs. Also, how you doing, Peter? Let's name some dwarfs. I'm thinking about just doing the 7 peasants, because I really like doing 7 peasants. It makes me play the early game really slowly. So, I need a name. Raise your hand in chat if you would like a name. And then we'll read some dwarf descriptions. Sorry, guys. Belug. Anybody else? Animal. Sure, we could throw some more in here. They'll all be pleasant peasants. Name a dwarf human. Sure. You got it verifiably. Still love your username. We're all peasants here? Yeah, we're all plebeians here. All right, let's start reading. Sergaz, you're 68 years old. You think that everything is good. You have you are thin and scrawny, and you have extremely long sideburns that are neatly combed. And your hair is clean shaven, and you have a broad nose. You personally greatly respect individuals that persevere through their trials and labors, and see sacrifice as wasteful and foolish, and respects the development of a skill. You personally dream of creating a great work of art, and you live at a slow-going and leisurely pace. And you have a low sense of self-esteem, and prefers to present himself modestly. He is a friendly individual, and he tends to avoid crowds. No, anyone. Odava? I take that to mean you want a dwarf. If I limited it to just subs, we'd never have enough names. I will do my best to not kill your dwarf in the first 30 seconds, but kind of it's up to your dwarf. Speaking of dwarves, Belug. Surround yourself with friends you can trust, and you will be unstoppable. 86 years old, born on the 16th of Opal in the year 170. His sideburns are clean shaven, and his very long mustache is arranged in double braids. His very long beard is arranged in double braids. There we go. And he's incredibly tough, but quite clumsy. Dreams of raising a family, and he personally sees working hard as a foolish waste of time. Despairs of anything positive happening in the future, and lives without feelings of hope. He is prone to strong feelings of lust and can be happy and optimistic. So you're the guy that joins the Doomsday orgy cult. Rarely develops negative feelings towards things, and he tends to be a little tight with resources. Investments are open. Belag does sound kind of scary. An artisan, their materials, and the tools to shape them, says Animal. 54 years old, born on the 7th of Slate in the year 202. He is tough and slow to tire, but very weak. He is scrawny and his sideburns are clean shaven. His very long mustache is arranged in double braids, and his very long beard is arranged in double braids. His hair is clean shaven, which is going to get very cold because we are in taiga, and his broad nose is incredibly upturned. He personally holds nature to be of greater value than most aspects of civilization, values cunning, and finds friendship burdensome. Dreams of raising a family. He is extremely confident in himself in situations requiring his skills. If I could read, that would be lovely. He is generally unhindered by thoughts of others concerning his actions, and he finds helping others to be emotionally rewarding. He is a friendly individual, and he is burdened by this tendency because he dislikes the idea of friendship. All right? I don't think I've ever seen that before. He is quick to anger and doesn't often experience strong cravings or urges. No food for the next 40 minutes? No. Is this in quotations craft beer? So that's not very good craft beer. Did you post something on Discord? Because I don't see it. Human is 76 years old, born on the 25th of Moonstone in the year 180. His short sideburns are neatly combed, and his very long mustache is arranged in double braids. He is very rarely sick, and personally thinks it is of the utmost importance to present a bold face and never grouse or complain, or even show emotion. He sees competition as reasonably important, and doesn't care if others take the time to master skills. Dreams of creating a great work of art. He finds humor in most situations and does not trust others. He is quick to anger and prefers that everyone live as harmoniously as possible. Odaba, the peasant. I do need 2 more names, by the way, so if you don't have a dwarf name yet and would like one and you're in the chat, simply raise your hand. 87 years old, born on the 12th of Moonstone in the year 169. Was the summer of 69? Oh yeah, I did see you post the cheap craft beer. That's food. Rain Dog, you'd like a dwarf? And Robo Burger like a dwarf. Okay, there we go. We'll go back to that one in a second. All right, we're all named up. Back to Odaba. He prefers to be alone and is not readily moved by art or natural beauty. He's conflicted by this as he values artwork and its creation. He does not enjoy participating in physical confrontations, and he works to square this with his tendency with his respective martial prowess. He tends to not be swayed by emotional appeals, and he thinks he is fairly important in the grand scheme of things. We grow through debate and struggle, even chaos and discord, says Raindog. This means that Raindog installs Skype and Discord. Her hair is dry, and her very long hair is neatly combed. She is skinny. We're all skinny. Her skin is cinnamon. Her eyebrows are extremely short. She is quick to heal, but quite clumsy. She personally doesn't respect a society that has settled into harmony without debate and strife, and doesn't see cooperation as valuable, dreams of raising a family. She is frequently depressed, and she exhibits a refined politeness, and she is determined to keep the guiding rules of etiquette and decorum, as if life itself depended on it. She only really feels strong cravings or urges. Wait, hold on. Rarely feels strong cravings or urges, and she does not easily hate or develop negative feelings. She personally doesn't respect a society that is falling. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Shortage of patience, little willpower, and poor creativity, but has the ability to focus and good intuition. First death to madness? Potentially. I don't know. You're not the only dwarf that has a real fucky mental state. I want to say it was... Wasn't it Animal? Or no, it was Beelog, wasn't it? Hold on. He despairs of anything positive happening in the future and lives without feelings of hope. That is Beelog. So I think... I don't know, man. It's like a toss-up between Raindog and Beelug for the first dwarf to die of depression. Actually, it's more like, this is madness. Praise Armok! Kicks dwarf down cavern. Blood for Armok. I mean, we are in a joyous biome. How in the world is my mic not peaking? Joyous biome. How in the world is my mic not peaking? It's not. That's weird. I'm like firmly in the red. Huh. Alright. I don't know how any of this shit works. But yeah, no, if everything works out, chat, we will have Dwarf Fortress on the front page of Twitch 2 days next month. I'm just saying. Sounds pretty borderline. Let's try that. That should be a little better. Let's try that. That should be a little better. We're like just below the red now. Hey, to me it just means that we'll most likely hit 1 million views. I will be shocked if we don't. Which is bloody cool. Toady said that there will be at least one more blog post before the next update. So sometime in the next 2 weeks. Or in the next 4 months, who knows? Depends on how often he updates. But I think Toady is still saying it'll be out before the end of the month. Based on everything that I've heard. Did I read everybody's description? I think I did. I don't think I read Robo's. I'm doing fine, says RoboBurger. She is 78 years old. Born on the... I forgot to turn my cam off. Born on the 18th of Limestone in the year 178. She has a once thin frame, now bouldered in... Wait, a once thin frame now is belarded. Is belarded a word? Larded. First thing I get is a link to Bay 12 games. I guess not Belard. Apparently Belard is a surname, but belarded is not a word. Huh. I'm allowed to be optimistic. "2525 Dwarven kind is still alive. In theory, you could generate a dwarf fortress world that's that old. Anyway, belarded. Her very long hair is neatly combed, and her head is very short. Her eyelashes are short, and her gold eyes are somewhat narrow. Gold, interesting. Her eyebrows are slightly low, and her hair is auburn. Her skin is pale brown. She is very rarely sick, but she is slow to heal. She personally values cunning and good craftsmanship. She can be very single-minded and bashful. She is sometimes cruel, and she can have great trouble mastering in fear when confronted by danger. Belarded with lard added? I couldn't find a dictionary entry. 10 hates. I mean, I've heard bespeckled before, but I've never heard belarded before. Do you like the cooking videos, Sir Gaz? We got a lot of time bombs. I mean, yeah, I can figure out what a word like belarded would mean. I just always find it kind of funny when I see a word in a Dwarf Fortress description and go, I have no idea what this could possibly mean. And I Google it and all I get is Dwarf Fortress descriptions. It's like, oh, you made up a word, didn't you? Good job, guys. Probably. All right. We've got lots of wood, because apparently this area is heavily forested. So... don't need any of that. I'd like to know what you cook one day when you do that. Sorry, guys. I've had some people say that the cooking videos are just entertaining, regardless of if they ever plan to make something from them. Before I forget, let's bring cats. They need pets. Potentially, yeah. Kind of tempted to bring goats. I don't think I've ever brought goats before. Hell of a lot cheaper than cows. You mean misspelled? So we did pigs last time. They're not bad. No, that's sheep that aren't bad. Yeah, and that's how memes get into the dictionary. Verifiably. You want to know something kind of neat, chat? We're 10 followers away from 12,000. Ten away from 12,000. Also something stressful and sad. I'm out of coffee. I need to pour more. Oh yeah, that'll be a screenshot worth taking. Tapioca, how you been, dude? Yep, new fort. New fort, new memes. We're settling in a joyous biome in a probably permafrost area on the ocean with an aquifer, heavily forested far south with goblins and elves as neighbors. And dwarves, obviously. Yeah, joy indeed. Joy indeed. This might be a short one because there's an aquifer, so we get to dig through that. But yeah, we should be okay. We'll be fine, right? We'll be fine. We'll be fine. That an announcement is, if everything works out and nothing goes wrong, on February 3rd and February 4th, we'll be on the front page of Twitch with Dwarf Fortress. Oops. I mean, yeet is in the dictionary. Dough, which was a word invented by The Simpsons, is in the dictionary. Probably YOLO. I haven't looked. YOLO definition. Yep. YOLO is in dictionary.com. I don't count Urban Dictionary, but dictionary.com I do. Yeet is also in the dictionary. It's in the Cambridge Dictionary and dictionary.com. I'm not saying I like it. That and we're like less than 2,000 views off of 900,000. I said it more than once, Animal. I said it more than once. All right, I got a lot of points. I should spend them. I'm gonna take an extra anvil. And I think I'm just gonna take like 6 picks. We're just gonna make a whole bunch of dwarves mine right off the bat. Give everybody mining. Because we wanna get underground quick. And I think the rest I'll just put into beer. I like just pumping everything into alcohol so I don't have to worry about making alcohol for a little bit. You know, let's bring llamas. Or, I don't have enough for 2. Bring ducks. Yeah, let's bring ducks. I've never... Yeah, we'll bring ducks. Whack. Ducks don't need to graze, do they? I don't think they need to graze. Still got 54 points left. Feels like a lot. It's because I didn't give the dwarves any skills. What's the barrel-looking symbol? It's a 0. If you're talking about, like, this, it's a 0. So for those of you who don't know, we're doing a 7 peasant start. So I don't have any skills on any of my dwarves. We don't have any skills on any of our dwarves.
Maybe through the power of magic and dwarven guts, these ducks shall become the duck game. Ducks.
Could you imagine that? You just like start your fort and it's just you have a bunch of ducks wielding shotguns and like laser cannons and mind control beams and tinfoil hats. Just going poof. Speaking of quacking things, thank you very much, Mad, for the 19 months in a row. Thanks a ton, dude. Seriously. Thanks for the support. Thanks for keeping the stream alive. Thanks for entertaining me and hanging out in chat, and glad that you enjoy the streams. I apparently paid $4.99 to Twitch Interactive. Who did I resub to? It's always a surprise. It's like, who did I resub to? Neat. Oh, it's a Cringer resub. Half tempted to just go pop into his chat and pop that. But we'll do it tomorrow. You hang out when you can? Well, I'm glad that you enjoy the streams more than anything. So once again, we are the Fortress of Fleshhammer. Of the Ordered Diamonds. Okay, is our local government. The group that we're part of, the faction that we're part of, is called the Fleshy Guild. We are settling in a joyous biome that's fucking cold with an aquifer. We're either gonna die really fast, or this will be an interesting port. So just let me real quick update the title. That Fleshhammer with one F or two F, or with one H and two, or two H's. Fleshhammer? Yes, it's two H's. Fleshhammer. It's pretty ballsy. I'm gonna say it's pretty metal. Like, you guys are all imagining dicks, right? And I'm sitting here and like imagining like this hellscape, like body horror Warhammer made of flesh. Flea shamer. We're gonna shame all of the fleas. I don't know. That would be interesting, actually, Odaba. That would be really interesting. I don't think you can. All right, well. Imboik! Also, thanks for all the follows. I'm not sure where these follows are coming from, but got a bunch of follows today. So, cheers, everybody. All right. This is where you guys say strike the earth, chat. You have arrived after a journey from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness beyond. Your harsh trek has finally ended. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all Ardomas. There's almost no supplies left. But with stout labor comes sustenance. Whether by bolt, plow, or hook, provide for your dwarves. You are expecting a supply caravan just before the winter entombs you. But it is spring now. Enough time to delve secure lodgings. ere the dingoes get hungry. A new chapter of Dwarven history begins here at this place, Ironhill, Fleshhammer. Strike the earth. Oh, we got lots of supplies. Plenty of time to figure out how to use a pickaxe. Plenty of time to figure out how to use a pickaxe. Plenty of time. Shall we has a look around? It's very flat. Very flat. I mean, it's definitely time to spike the earth. So Roboburger is the expedition leader. She's very single-minded, bashful, and sometimes cruel. Can have a great trouble mastering fear when confronted by danger, and she is somewhat quarrelsome. She is bothered by this since she values friendship. She tends to not reveal personal information, and she isn't particularly curious about the world. She is quick to form negative views about things, and she has a noticeable lack of perseverance. She takes offered help and gifts without feeling particularly grateful, and doesn't try to get things done perfectly. She taps her feet when there's a lull in the conversation. She needs alcohol to get through the working day. She likes working outdoors and grumbles mildly at inclement weather. We've got 2 osprey women and a giant horseshoe crab. Seems friendly. It's time to give every single one of the dwarves mining and begin digging. So you can have carpentry, Rain Dog, I think. Yes. Rain Dog can have carpentry. Take a look around. Dense cloudberry, downy grass, bubble bulb. Lots of bubble bulbs. So I've done half or like partial biomes on joyous biomes before, but never a full biome. It's a lot of trees, holy crap. They're all covered in snow, so it is cold. The snow's not even able to make it through the tree cover. Like, look at how dense this forest is. Hello, goodbye. Pi, it's good to see you as always. 9 followers to 12,000. We do have a river. I don't actually expect any of this to thaw ever. Unless it does, which would be weird. What time of year is it? It's mid-autumn. The game lies to you when it says that it's spring. It's like, it's spring now. It's definitely mid-autumn. So for anybody who missed the actual settlement, this is where we are. I'm probably covering it with my camera. That's where we are. Pretty far down. You know, there is, like, when people say that Dwarf Fortress is ugly, it makes me a little sad because it's like, you really gotta just appreciate the weird. Like, the neat things that it does with so little. You know? You really gotta appreciate it. Also, to those of you who like weird video game soundtracks, Danny Baranowski's just put out 3 actually. Industries of Titan tracks on Bandcamp. So how close to the edge of the map is this? will be an easy aquifer. There's no such thing as an easy aquifer. There's convenient aquifers and less convenient aquifers. Kind of tempted to just dig down through this ice sheet right here. I mean, you just dig and wait for them to freeze. I'm not gonna necessarily say that's super easy. Alright. Dwarves, I'll begin digging. And what's that? My donkey is spooked by something. Probably the osprey men and women. Let's see how deep down this thing is. Haven't found it yet. I really hope it's just like a 1Z level aquifer. If it's a big aquifer, that's gonna kind of suck. I assigned a dwarf to woodcutting. Why aren't you chopping down trees? Let's say it was... Who did I give woodworking to? Oh, I just gave you carpentry, not woodcutting. That would do it. That was quick, Sirgans. We got some layers of sand, that's fun. Still just the osprey people. Nothing too scary running around the biome right now. There we go. Found ice already. Damp ice wall. New fort, yep. New fort indeed. I keep on expecting dwarves to get insta-gibbed and just immediately drown in the ice, because I've had that happen before. Let's just make a wood stockpile right here. Let's just get all of this put away. But how you doing today, Shizo? Yeah, the last fort just got painfully boring. So this time we're on a joyous biome. It's very flat. Not a lot going on. Although this is technically an ocean. I hope it doesn't melt. There's a dog having a panic attack and a giant horseshoe crab walking around. This is an ocean. And this is an ocean. I don't think it's gonna melt, because we're in taiga. So it shouldn't. But I'm stacking my logs on it, so. My ducks are all having panic attacks. Those osprey women must be harassing them. But the river is ice. Everything is frozen. Nothing is flowing. About 10K... Oh, kilograms. I was like, 10,000 spuds? Holy fuck! But best of luck with peeling the 10 kilograms of potato. Can I ask why you're peeling 10 kilograms of potato before you go peel your 10 kilograms of potato? It's not nothing. Alright. Then we need to be careful when we carve out the next layer. You called it in? Okay, well, fair enough. Best of luck. Hopefully I can entertain your eardrums while you're peeling dim spuds. Be careful there, dwarves. So I should just be able to carve out the middle of this. Nobody's frozen solid yet. So far, so good. This is ice that we're digging through right now. Doesn't seem to be filling in. Alright, so one of these dwarves is already set up as a woodcutter. Wasn't it you who... No, I need somebody who dreams of creating a great work of art. You do, 68 weeks susceptible to disease. Alright, so I'm gonna give you masonry and stone detailing. Now in theory, that should never melt. Although I need to make sure that the next layer down, you know, isn't filled with more aquifer, because it very well might be. This is indeed the Dark Side Detective OST. It's a deep cut. Do not refer any scandal involving Frog or Froggate. This is a trademark of Frog Systems Semiconductor Research. Yes, Froggate is totally that. I think this is one of the neater looking biomes I've done. My ducks is just flying right there. Huh. Ducks just like, fuck this shit, I'm out. I think I kind of fucked this up. I think I'm gonna need to channel out these walls again. So I got more aquifer layer down here. If I channel that out, it's just gonna immediately fill back up. All right, well, I need to do more of this. So you know what? Cancel every other one. I don't want people to fall in. All right, well, actually, what I need to do is this. So I can get behind it. So it stops filling in. I really hope that this isn't too much deeper. Honestly. I lost a dwarf. Don't know who. Raindog, Sergaz, Belug, Animal, Human, and Odaba. Who did we lose? My expedition leader. Who was the expedition leader?
NANI?!
I mean, this is what happens with frozen aquifers, is they fall in and immediately freeze to death. Robo Burger. Sorry, Robo. You're the first casualty. Unfortunately. Game isn't... Oh, we're just getting frame drops.
Cheese for everyone!
Animal has... Ink Searched has assumed the position of expedition leader of the Ordered Diamonds. Rip. Can I get some F's in chat for Robo? Yeah, no, all you need is a dwarf to fall into that area, and they're just insta-dead. That's all that you need, is one dwarf to fall into the aquifer, and then frozen, dead. That's all that you need. Expedition leader isn't Mayor Light, it just means that you're the... You know, you're the expedition leader. That's all that it means. It's not a job that you'll keep throughout the entire fort, but... Let's just see what's below this. More water? Okay. Follow me, Splash dead. Pretty much. Okay. There's a boatload of albatrosses on the map now. Just tagged? What do you mean? Just tagged? Digging through the ice, assuming the projects in the expedition leader one by one. Yeah, right. Also, how you doing today, Friskins? It's good to see you. A noble sacrifice for the world of Fleshhammer. Absolutely. Some dwarf will name their child after one Robo Burger. Did I just see another dwarf drown? Yep, another one just went. Sergaz went. Did you see what he did? He went to path up to this stairwell, walked through it, walked through the water, got filled up with water, and immediately froze to death. Sorry, Sergaz. It is really fucking windy outside. And there's another layer of aquifer. Holy fuck. And I don't even have a dwarf that can smooth this anymore. It's pretty much a haunted biome? No, not really. But dwarves do keep disappearing and the music isn't helping. Where are my pumps? Why would I pump when we're just in a frozen biome where I can just dig? Like, I can just dig through them. We just have to be careful. Careful. It's permafrost. There we go. See, we're through it. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, no, everything is frozen. Now all we need to do is smooth this and we're good. In theory. We did lose 2 dwarves, but, you know, we'll be okay, I think. In before it all thaws. We all just drown. And the best part is they'll never actually know what happened to them. They just disappeared into the day, or night rather. They just vanished. It's like they went down into the pit and never came out. Like, that's all these dwarves see. This friend of theirs went into the pit and never came out. That's it. That is spooky as fuck. You know what, let's just make up downstairs. Make them out of pine. No, I mean, the water, even when they thaw, there won't be any corpse. Will your ghost haunt the others if I don't get, whatchamacallit done in time, yeah? A gravestone. A memorial, if you will. Could not find be like. What? Something got canceled. I don't know. Oh well. Nothing can thaw out now. So they should be able to get down there. Should be. Thanks for the Geico bits. How am I doing today in Dwarf? I'm like immediately lost 2 dwarves. But, you know, we're doing okay. They were pathing into an aquifer and then immediately freezing to death. That's how we're doing in Dwarf Fort so far. Also, thank you very much for being the second highest cheerer of the week, dude. I think I might need to deconstruct that stairwell right there. Oh, no, never mind. Don't need to. They were just prioritizing other things. Someone dethrone you. 6 bits. I mean, we had 1 cheer yesterday, which was $4.20 from Corso. But yesterday was a sponsored stream, so that stuff wasn't super important yesterday. Yesterday's stream was paid for by Sega. Quite literally. All right, let's just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Z levels down, and we'll start building down here. Sega. Yeah, right. Although it was Sega UK. We've got dwarves sleeping in weird places now. We need to get some beds made. Wait, what? Oh. Animal is now the expedition leader. Personally holds nature to be of a greater value than most aspects of civilization. Values cunning and finds friendship burdensome. Should be fine. Ooh, we found gems for witch dwarves. We actually have a miner now. It's an elf, burn it. Eh. I mean, we've only got 5 dwarves. I mean, we'd only have 4 dwarves. A snowstorm has come. But you're probably right, Ocelot. Probably an elf in disguise. So who here actually thinks that Toadie's going to make the January release for villains? You guys think that Dwarf Fortress is gonna, like, update this month? Because as far as I'm concerned, he's got until the 2nd? 3rd. 3rd of February. I mean, that's when the update's supposed to be out. No, you don't think so? Feels bad, man. Also, I'm real excited to see how much of a mess my chat is. It was really funny. Emailing back and forth with Twitch staff, talking about front page stuff, setting up front page stuff over the last day, 2 days. The last email that the person sent to me, who's FG Squared's partner manager, basically said, You know, try and do your best to convert as many of the people who tune into your channel into subscribers or followers or regulars. It's like, so we recommend doing something that's more interactive than normal or different from what you normally do. And I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, like, I'm fully planning on streaming Dwarf Fortress. Like, this is gonna go great. The dwarves dig and delve through rock and mud and hell. But my darlings, let me tell the tale of a dwarf who fell down into the ice to make himself a home. But then the water came from the ice, and the dwarf's stone heart went cold. Another one came to dig and found the self-same ice, and fell and melt, Shrigg, god of death and dice. Mind, young darlings, mind, I say. Don't dig in the ice, or in the ice you'll lay. My phone is ringing.
Ignoring this would be an intentional attempt to avoid initial appearances before the magistrate, judge, or exempt jury. Federal criminal offense. So before this matter goes to federal courthouse or you get arrested, kindly press 1 and speak to an officer now. Hi. Calling you from the Legal Department of Service Canada. Purpose of this call is regarding enforcement action which has been executed by the Department of Justice against your social insurance number. Ignoring this would be an intentional attempt to avoid initial appearances before the magistrate, judge, or exempt jury for a federal criminal offense. So before this matter goes to federal courthouse or you get arrested, kindly press 1 and speak.
Before this matter goes to federal courthouse and you get arrested. I can't wait to get rested. They've called me 4 times in the last 2 weeks. Kit's probably already been sent it. I mean, I would like a nap. Getting rested sounds good. I'll be honest with you. But it comes from Ontario, so whoever's doing it is routing their number, most likely. From time to time? Did they come from Ontario, B-Lug? Whenever I get calls from Ontario, I'm always like, just immediately. I'm gonna give both of them mining, but I don't think we have any pickaxes left. Alright, Rain Dog, I'm gonna take you off mining and just tell you to make that. Didn't notice? Okay. Yeah, I mean, we lost 2 picks. That was part of the reason why I brought so many extra picks, was I was paranoid that that would happen. And it super did, so. At least I don't need as many beds. Just remember, Chad, if I ignore that number, I'm gonna get rested. Just remember that. I mean, we're through the aquifer now. I mean, it was only 1, 2 levels. Well, no, 1, 2, 3, well, 2 levels. It actually wasn't that bad of an aquifer. Trying to think how I should dig this up. Like how I'm going to seal this off. I mean, something we could do. Let's do this. I realize I'm just using straight up granite. I haven't started making blocks yet, so that's what we're using. Everything was fine. Here's the thing. Those walls won't melt. They can't melt, so we should be fine. All right, I'm gonna take a quick toilet break. Hopefully nothing horrendous happens. I'll be right back. But animal, I like to snap bacon in half before I eat it with my fingers. Does that not count as baking bacon? You know? Does that not count as baking bacon? Never actually made bacon in a microwave. Fact. Geico brought you up to 10 cents on the day, I think? Cheers, man. Thanks for 10 cents. Shoutouts to Geico for existing, I guess. At least we have what seems to be a decent amount of alcohol still. Menacing wooden spike. Put that on repeat. We need something to trade when our first traders arrive. My voice is low compared to the music. Yeah, it's taking some balancing here. How's that? Testing that. Testing the new volume. I'm still talking at the same volume, but I've turned it up a little bit. For an ice layer here, you are correct in the infinite farmable supply of ice. I think that most of the fortress should be made of stone, but maybe the upper fortress could be made of ice. Like, it's just wrong to make a dwarven fortress out of ice, in my opinion. Walls, floors, everything. I don't know about that. Beds made of ice. You can't actually make beds out of ice. Problem though. We need somewhere to, like, you know, get water from. So we're actually gonna need to bring some water down from the aquifer. So we're gonna have to do some fancy things with floodgates. Right now we're working on bedrooms though. But sure, icy snow fortress, we can do that. She's as cold as ice. What, the fortress? Potentially. All right, so dwarven bedrooms. Three. 4. 5, 6. Not the most efficient, but I'm hoping that they'll look cool. How you doing today, Sophie? How goes bookworming? You're still a dwarven popsicle. It's fine. You'll be fine. Don't worry. Your work is over. Although we do have to do something with all of this granite before we do anything else. Alright, human, we got a new job for you. You gotta start making stuff out of stone.
Well, I have to head out. Thanks for the stream at Blind Earl.
Dude, thanks for the $5. And thanks for taking that top slot. Cheers. You have a good day. Guys, can I get a round of beers in the chat for verifiably? Seriously, thank you. Those things add up. Also, sorry, Yellowberry, you've been dethroned. Geico isn't that strong for you today. Yeah, no, there's no shame in being a dwarven popsicle. Like, don't even worry about that. I don't know, what do you guys think of the fort layout so far? I think it looks neat. Trying to get all these boulders cleared up. At least you're still on the board. You are indeed still on the board. Somebody, 11 cents to knock them off. Just saying. In your audio only stream, it looks great. Crud. I'm sure it looks fantastic. I really wish Bed Prunty had some of his albums on vinyl. The only one that is FTL, and it's super expensive and not on active print. And you were saying, I mean, slow and steady Geico wins the race. Yellowberry. Slow and steady Geico wins the race, I'm telling you. To anybody watching on YouTube, don't worry about it. Shoutouts to the YouTube crowd. Animals watching in pop-out chat and B-Lugs in audio only. It's like nobody actually watches my streams. Yeah, same. It's not that I actively look, but you know. Not that I'm really actively looking, but... Alright, Miss Masons, let's make door 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's just make doors. Granite doors. The book of the stream. What's the book of the stream? Sophie? Oh, look at that kitten running, or cat running up there and watching them dig. Should I make that cat available to be someone's pet? Or the dogs, maybe? Or some of the ducks? You know what, I never do this. Let's make 1, 2, 3 ducks available as pets. These ducks are pretty hardy. You're never gonna forget the spike of lulling, are you? My wonderful soothing voice. I'm glad that I can soothe you with my wonderful voice and the sounds that my mouth makes as I speak into this microphone. We've struck pipe opal. Cool. And Rain Dog has become a carpenter. This just in, chat. I should change my username to Smooth Voice IRL. Is joke? Ah. I mean, I really should set up closed captions. Jokes aside, I should do that. The snowstorm has ended. Dwarves can move diagonally. It's considered the same as walking in a straight line. So you can kind of build a fort on a diagonal axis and they don't mind. It's one of those things that you kind of learn real quickly when playing Dwarf Fortress, is that you can build on an angle. Everything can move diagonally. Yep. Mm-hmm. Honorary bishops. Ha! Chess jokes. That is a good reference. I approve that reference. It's nice not running out of food immediately. Going to build a trade depot up here. Out of wood. Rain Dog, you can have architecture. And I'm going to suspend the menacing wooden spikes for a moment while you go make that. Perfect. Getting right to it. Yeah, you're gonna go make our trading depot. Sure, we can stand up. You know what I'm disabling when we're on front page? Stand up. Super duper getting disabled. Assign that to the expedition leader. I think chat's probably going to be a mess when we're on the front page, so I'm going to need your guys' assistance. Like, I'm going to need as many people who know how to play Dwarf Fortress to help people as possible. It's pretty good, isn't it? Rhinestone's been coming into my chat about once a day and just saying reminders to give your pet Wiseau daily chin rubs. I mean, you can help. Exclamation point DF wiki. Exclamation point dwarves telling people that it's free. Linking the tile set. There's lots of ways you can help. I'm not sure what command you're looking for, Sergaz, but if you could tell me what you're looking for, we could set that up. I did say dwarves. I did state a command that didn't exist. The reality is I'm the best streamer. I'm very good at misleading my audience. To the point where even I don't know what I'm talking about. But that's okay. What a mood. I mean, what a strange mood indeed. This is like the earliest bedrooms I've ever done. Normally they just sleep in a bunk room for the first year. You don't even know who hurt you. everybody. Hey chat, who hurt Sergaz? Press 1 if you hurt Sergaz. And he liked it. Now that's the part that you guys don't know, is that Sergad's actually just into the punishment. That's a good question. Sergaz, why are you a mod? Why are you a mod? Actually, I think I modded Sergaz because he kept making neat, like, fan art and stuff for the stream that I liked. Kept making me little gifs and I needed a mod and he seemed maturish. So I was like, you want to be a mod? He was like, yeah, I guess. Sergaz is a good mod, except for when Sergaz disappears for like 6 months at a time. Which doesn't happen all that often, but it does happen. On the first Monday and Tuesday of February, so the 3rd and 4th, and 12 noon Pacific until 2 p.m. So 2 hours. So basically from 30 minutes ago until an hour and a half from now, in 2 weeks. Kind of did it a little further away, just kind of in the hopes that Villains will be out by then. But regardless of if it is or isn't. I could just start making... Actually, I'm gonna need at least 3 floodgates. I need a few hatch covers. Oh, those are coffers. I mean, we can make those too. Capital H. No, you won't. So fair. You really don't. You just need like 2 or 3 good ones. Too many mods is a bad thing. I've been on front page enough times to know that it really doesn't do that much. Unless you're playing Fortnite extremely well. A lot of people don't really pay attention to the front page. It's very much a crapshoot. I mean, we'll probably get a lot of random sarcastic what the fucks, but that's about it. All right. I'm really hoping that they all just kind of claim these beds, because I could just assign them. Actually, fuck it. We'll just assign them so they don't sleep outside again. Elug, that could be your bedroom. Human, that can be your bedroom. Daba, that can be your bedroom. Rain Dog, that can be your bedroom. One of my favorite, like, sarcastic comments about Dwarf Fortress I've ever seen in Twitch chat was actually during one of Joel's streams. This random person comes into his chat and says, "How the fuck do you see what's happening?" And Joel just looks at that and goes, "With my eyeballs, dum-dum." It's like, yep, That's how you see what's happening. It was just really funny. Which is probably what I will say as well. I mean, it's a good response. You need to sleep now? We'll see you later. Thanks for hanging out today, Sergaz. Should really make a gems storage spot right there. All right, let's just make a basically everything stockpile close by. That will move later. Just gotta bring everything down from the upper caverns. How does that work? What do you mean a non-default tile set in DF? Like the one I'm using right now? Like how do the tile sets work? You just tell the game to respond to the tile set? Like you just put it into the graphics folder and then go into the INI files and just tell it to grab whatever you called the tile set. Like it's really easy. Takes a few seconds to set it up. Yeah, it's extremely easy. Like, it's almost like Dwarf Fortress is designed to be modified. Garbage trucks outside taking out the trash. Hearing, like, backup signals and stuff. But now we're just sitting here and waiting for everything to be put away. It's gonna take a little bit. So the last fort I did, I actually had this weird bug where nothing actually got put away. Like they wouldn't unload the cart. And I never was able to figure out why. Nothing was forbidden. I had many different stockpiles, but they wouldn't unload the cart. It was very strange. It was very, very, very strange. I've kind of got a lot of featherwood spikes. Menacing featherwood spikes. All right, instead of making those, I need a bunch of bins first. Barrel buckets. Can never remember the hotkey for bin. There you go. Bin. You got a new PC yesterday afternoon? Neat. Gonna lurk for a bit before going to sleep? All right. You have a good lurk before you go to sleep? All right, we need to figure out how we're going to do our water reservoir. Spring has arrived. We get to figure out if anything's actually going to melt. I don't think it's going to melt. I don't think anything is going to melt. That actually has a graphics card. I was without a graphics card for about 6 weeks at one point. It wasn't fun. I wouldn't recommend it. Like, it sucked. Oddly enough, RimWorld doesn't like to run without a graphics card. 3, 2, 1. I mean, my walls can't melt, but there are some things that could melt that could be spooky if they melted. I mean, I need the game to finish saving first before we find out, period. I should make a water layer. Just a liquid layer. Wouldn't that just be drown the dwarves? Although, actually, I think the closest thing that I made to a water layer would be Staff Diamond. If you go through my VODs on my YouTube channel, 10 Hades, there's a set of VODs for a fortress called Staff Diamond, where I literally encased the fortress in water. Which was a really cool looking fortress. Not the most practical thing I've ever made, but really cool looking. It was kind of a pain in the ass to dig anything, though. Because it would constantly just be like, damp walls, damp walls, damp walls. I was like, yeah, I know why there's damp walls everywhere. Between them? You could do that. Just make sure there's no bodies in the water, because then you have a clear view of the corpses floating in the murky depths around your fortress. That's totally not something you want. I love that the cat just brought some dead vermin corpse right there. Thanks, kitty. Just so that you know you're appreciated. Still covered in a thick layer of snow. I wonder if they could do that. Because glass still counts as a wall, so do windows. I wonder if a necromancer could resurrect a corpse through a window. Because they seem to be really picky about what they'll... Uh-oh. Robo-Burger has risen and is haunting the fortress. Oops. Uh-oh. There be ghosts! Human is afraid after being haunted by the dead. I wonder if they can resurrect a corpse through a window. What 302, animal? Come on, I need you to make that rock slab. Come on, I just need you to finish one rock slab. We also need to figure out where we're gonna put our bodies. Oh yeah, there was a faction called a Group of Dinners in RimWorld. I was like, do you guys have food? I think it's fitting that we put the slabs on this level. An elven caravan, all I have to trade is wood. Feck. Literally, all I have to trade is wood. We shall put the gravestones where they vanished. It's only a requirement. Yeah, but I had a fortress with 120 necromancers in it. They seem to just kind of res corpses at random. There we go. Robo Burger's been put to rest. All right, that's one done. I literally have nothing I can trade the elves. All I have for trading right now is menacing wooden spikes. I guess all I'm trying to say is I call bullshit on that, and I think there's like a lot of weird RNG involved when it comes to them resin corpses. Bang and Durf, what's up? Yeah, I've got some pretty quality quotes from the back, from like, welcome to make dwarves, how can I help you? Someone was calling me stupid for working in fast food. That really helped my personal self-esteem, gotta be honest. All caught up on mangas. What mangas? It is a good username, yeah. I mean, sometimes you gotta do all your mangas. Alright, let's see how... Do you guys think that that's a fitting place to put the corpses of our founding members? I think it's pretty fitting. I think I have an idea of something I should do. I have a Kickstarter? No, I don't. What? Where'd you read that I have a Kickstarter? I mean, if you want to give money to a non-existent Kickstarter, you can. My soundtrack just ended. Oh, of my founding members. Yeah, the founding members of this dwarven fortress. Founding members doesn't automatically mean Kickstarter. I mean, this stream is crowdfunded. I have a Patreon, but this is where those dwarves drowned in the aquifer. White sand. That makes me a little nervous. I mean, no. There is no, I have no cynical commentary for bad Kickstarters. I'm sorry. And I back Kickstarters a lot. And I've had Kickstarters that don't get funded, but I don't really consider money that I throw at a Kickstarter money that I'm ever gonna see again. To me, it's like donating money at a project that I respect. Thanks for the $5. Cheers, man.
Kickstarter.
Question mark. I will kickstart this broadcast with a smooth message of support Kickstarters for projects that you have faith in, and nothing else. But thanks, man. Seriously, thanks for the $5. Goes a long way. Your dollar and change? Don't they have like a minimum like withdrawal amount? Thought they did. Don't, Yellowberry. You need to have a large community already. If you go into Kickstarter with 0 community, you're fucked. So just don't. Go into Kickstarter when you already have a big enough community that you know you can actually fund it. Like, once you have, let's just throw out numbers here, several thousand followers on Twitter, for example. Is it human that sounded like you'd be a good farmer? Rarely sick, great work of art. No, you wouldn't be a good farmer. Personally likes the idea of... Personally finds the idea of fair dealing foolish cheats. Personally, he finds the idea of fair dealing foolish and cheats when he finds it profitable and values self-control. I'm gonna take you off of mining and just put you onto farming. On 0 barrels. And no seeds here. Do you have a dwarf in this fort? No, this fort's brand new. It only has 5 dwarves because 2 of them died. Yeah, no, this fort is brand new as of today. So maybe when we get a migrant wave, sure. Yeah. Yeah, no, those are our dwarves. We're not exactly super heavily decked out currently. But that doesn't mean that the fort is doomed or anything. Which is why I made 2 tombstones to our founding members. Sir Gaz and Roboburger. But yeah, no, my advice would be don't just do a Kickstarter. Don't just do a Kickstarter. Build up an audience and then do a Kickstarter. Start making schnazzy GIFs of your game and putting it up on Twitter with hashtag IndieDev. And get a bunch of retweets. Let me know when you post them and I'll help. Screenshot Saturday. And all that stuff. All those popular indie developer hashtags. Start building that up and get some sort of a following for the game. Once you have enough of a following that people actually want the game, at that point you can consider a Kickstarter. But I've seen so many Kickstarters just pop up and fail. Like, especially because people are ludicrously cynical about that stuff now. Because people, believe it or not, expect to get a game out of a Kickstarter. Not only that, but they always have very high expectations because they feel like they have invested something into it, which they have. In reality, a Kickstarter isn't an investment. They don't owe you anything. A Kickstarter is purely, hey, I would like to see this project happen. And maybe get a game out of it. That's why I'm never disappointed by Kickstarters, because when I back something, I don't actually expect to get a game out of it. I consider it like throwing money at a streamer. You know, it's like, please make the thing, continue making the thing, and hopefully it's good. Especially when it comes to video game Kickstarters. Come on, Dwarfs. One at a time. I really should get some blocks made. Let's get blocks getting started and start making spikes again to sell to the dwarves when they show up to trade. We're gonna go to the kitchen menu. Please don't cook plump helmets, only brew them. Can I not get to the surface? Because there is a ton of this. Oh, stray cat has adopted animal. Well, ain't that adorable? Have you seen me stream it recently, Yellowbeard? Well, then you've probably just answered your question. Animal is now the slave of a cat. Abam Kiblak. Kiblak? Kiblek? Kibluk? But I haven't streamed Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 in, I want to say a year plus. Maybe more. I need to look at the exact last day I streamed it. Yeah, Animal's been adopted by a lovable little warlord. People stopped watching it. I was burnt out. I quit and my channel tripled in size very rapidly. The service I was providing wasn't needed anymore. It should all be pretty self-explanatory why a streamer stops playing a game. Like, to give you an idea, I ran a multiplayer server once a week, right? That was kind of the thing that I did. We went from averaging 25 to 35 players over the course of like an 8-hour stream. Generally about 15 online at any given time. Down to about 4. Because a lot of the regulars just went and made their own servers. Like, what am I supposed to do if everybody's just making their own servers? Not that that's a bad thing. People are more than allowed to make their own servers. But, like... why do I need to exist when people are just, like, filling the need for me, so... I just kind of stopped. Yeah, no, every now and again I have somebody pop into the channel and get, like, physically angry with me. By that I mean, like, cussing me out for not streaming it anymore. And that has solidified my lack of desire to ever play it again. Although I have, like, had this oddly weird urge to play OpenTTD recently. I'm not totally sure why. Gotta give you another job. Put you back on mining. Also allow you to construct more bins. Apparently we need logs. Pretty sure there's a lot of logs up here. Starting to think that, like, we've dug ourselves in and can't get outside. No, they should be able to get out. They should indeed be able to get up here. It's weird. You know who should do a Kickstarter, though? Kind of winding back around on the topic of Kickstarters. Rug Smash should do a Kickstarter. You should kickstart a picture book. Or an art book, whatever you want to call it. A lot of dwarves asleep right now. It's like, I'd buy a 40-page, like, I don't know if you can hear this, but there's a little bit of pressure in my bottom. My coffee. It's pretty good. I mean, it wouldn't even need to be something unique, like just Honeystoker. you know? Just like a paragraph of dialogue and 1 or 2, maybe 3 pictures. Like 1, 2, 3. Like he's already got all of the artwork and all the storytelling done. You just need someone to transcribe it. Like you could just do like a page of text and like 4 or 5 pictures per page. It's a couple of pictures and a page of text per page. It's a little hardcover or even softcover picture book. Heck, like Barnes & Noble might even stock it. Like it's one of those things where it's like, it's generic enough that you don't need to know what Dwarf Fortress is to enjoy something like that. Right side, we're getting the stones all cleaned up. We've got plants being planted, so that line has begun. We're digging out this kind of area down here. All of this sand. Glass could become a thing in this fort, too. Hearing police sirens. Thought it was in the music for a second. I'm like, I don't remember that bit. So fog and L with the weather over here. Jeez, is it that bad, Pie? It's nice chill music. I try. I just hope to provide super chill, relaxing music and Netherlands, I'd assume. Isn't everybody who watches me Dutch? Animal? Harry Turpus, what's up? Stroopwafel boys unite. That's it. Stroopwafs unite. I need a bunch of blocks first, but we're gonna block that hole off. And this will be the entryway over here. We're in late spring. The river hasn't thawed yet, so I'm not too worried yet. Start making rock blocks. Aren't they the same thing, St. Heights? As a dumb Canadian, I thought those were the same thing. Stroopwafel and whatever the fuck. Gotta go again. Alrighty. See you later, man. So do you guys think that Dwarf Fortress will do well on the Twitch front page, or do you guys think it's just gonna be a clusterfuck? Because I'm very much in two minds about how it could go. I think it's either gonna go real well, or it's just gonna be a bloody mess. It's gonna be a mixed bag, way to put it. Oh, Max Verstappen? Is that what you're talking about? I know a decent amount about F1 in space. I actually watch races occasionally, when I can. But yes, of course, Max Verstappen is going to have a much larger following than me because he's a mainstream famous celebrity, whereas I'm just random dude on the internet who plays video games who happens to have a lot of Dutch people who watches him for some reason. No particular reason. I wouldn't consider myself a fan. I just enjoy F1. Does that make sense? Like, I don't go out of my way to follow anything. I don't really keep up with a lot of stuff, but I listen to a handful of podcasts and I like watching races now and again. But I wouldn't really call myself a fan. If you were to ask me, Blind, what sports do you follow? F1 and hockey would probably be my response. I don't consider myself a fan of either, but those are the sports that I would identify with. Last year was epic. I don't think I'd want to go to a GP. I'm super torn about stuff like F1 because on one hand, I like the drama of it. I like the kind of the teams and driver relationships that happen. I enjoy it in a almost soap opera sense, but like almost kind of like in a WWE sense, like in a I like the storylines that come out of it. But the actual spectacle and the money side of it makes me ill. I don't like that side of it at all. So I don't think I'd enjoy a GP. I'd rather just go to a metal festival. If that makes any sense. You started hating F1 because of the money side of it, or? Whoa. Well. It melted. I was like, we're in summer, we're fine. Turns out, nah. Oops. Oh, indeed. Yeah, that happened. Oh, that makes sense, Stormation. Yeah. Gurgle, gurgle. Well, How deep is that right there? I was hoping for permafrost, but... Nah, okay, here's what we're gonna do. Let's just assign everybody to that burrow. Get into the bedroom, dwarves. Don't leave your picks. Don't want that. Get out of here, kitty. Okay, you know what? Welp, we just entered hard mode. No deaths. That's a positive thing. I mean, we're in late spring, so we'd need to get into fall for it to freeze again. Like, I think we just drowned down here. I mean, this portion isn't gonna freeze. We're deep enough underground, it won't freeze. Top will. We'll have to drain down into something. And I can't get up to our food. I mean, we can dig down and hope that we hit, cavern. For the right dwarf. Oh, hold on. I should unlock the door. Come on, Odaba. Yeah, we have to wait out summer, which means we're gonna, like, die of thirst. Also, half the dwarves in there are already thirsty. Half of them are already thirsty. You left for 5 minutes? What the fuck happened? The aquifer melted. I mean, we could get water if we need water, but that's not recommended. I kind of figured we were in permafrost based on the way everything looked, but apparently not. Apparently not. So, yeah. Oops. So, we're gonna dig down and try and find a cavern and try and set up a home down there. And just kind of hope that my carpenter still has an axe equipped. Outside of that, go back up with ramps. I can't go back up. Straight up, I can't. Because I'll hit the aquifer. This is a total map aquifer. I have to wait for the aquifer to freeze. And even then, I don't think I can get back up. So I don't think we're gonna be able to get back up. But when a new migrant wave comes up, we can dig down with the new migrants. The problem is assuming they have a pick. Assuming they have pickaxes. Because if they don't, they just die. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a food stockpile right here. I'm going to remove all of those stockpile designations. And remove the aquifer. Go get food. Or not aquifer, the lockdown. Go run out there and get food if you can. Go dwarves. Any food that you can carry. Anything you can carry. Or don't. Never mind. Get back inside. Oh no, they're all underwater. Crap. How deep is that? Oh, it's 7 to 7. That's it. GG. Cat managed to make it under there. Cat was found dead, drowned, and that's everybody. Rip Fleshhammer. Glug. Yeah, I know. Of slime. Well, that was fun. We died for the glory of... You know, sometimes you need a fort like that in Dwarf Fort, you know what I mean? Sometimes you just need a fortress that just ends. Because that is Dwarf Fortress, you know? Like, that is a perfect example. Not 100... Actually, yeah. Well, I guess the ice fatalities count as water fatalities. Let's just... Sometimes you need to lose like that in Dwarf Fortress. You know, you need just everybody to drown. Yeah, ice is water. Ice is water. No, they mysteriously disappeared. So think about the story of that fortress, chat. Think about the story of that fortress. 7 dwarves set out to a joyous biome on the edge of elven territory to build a deep pit fort underneath the aquifer. During the digging through the aquifer, 2 dwarves mysteriously vanished into the ice, never to be seen or heard from again. Many months later, the caravan showed up. There was this weird pit of water with 2 gravestones at the top. Not sure what happened. That was the best part, Randog. It was. I don't know, it's a good one for the Bard's Tales, that's for sure. All right, do you guys want to do another fort? Let's do another fort. I mean, the fort was called Fleshhammer. Like, it was doomed from the get-go. From the get-goog. I mean, we've only been live for 3 hours. It's like a 2-hour fort right there.